Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hopefully, you guys are getting ready for Christmas. We wanted to stop by. I've got a special guest, Dion Briscoe with Washington National, to talk about supplemental insurance. And we know that there's a lack of insurance, especially in our community, both on the life side and the health side. And so I asked Dion to come on the podcast just to talk about what his sweet spot is, which is supplemental insurance. So Dion, let's go ahead and get started. Why don't you introduce yourself and just give us an idea of what your background is?
Certainly, great. Thanks for having me today. My name is Dion Briscoe, regional manager with marketing company PMA USA. We represent Washington National Company. I'm a DC native, born and raised. I've been in the supplemental industry for a little bit over 5 years now.
Okay. And so you focus on supplemental insurance. Give us an idea of exactly what is supplemental insurance.
Certainly. So hope everybody has some type of health insurance, major medical, either through their job or through their spouse, where it pays, for your, gives you a small copay for your physicals, wellness visits, and any other treatments or prescriptions that you might need. The supplemental comes in to help offset the out-of-pocket non-financial costs associated with treating illnesses and injuries. A lot of people, Greg, are under the misconception that just because I have health insurance, I'm covered, but they don't understand that there are two costs associated with it. You have the medical and you have the non-medical. That non-medical comes in the form of copays, the amount that you pay for every visit, the deductible. A lot of people forget about this. That's the amount that you have to pay before your insurance kicks in. There might be some treatments that your insurance doesn't cover. If it's something that's a lengthy illness, you may max out your benefits year to year. So all of these are out-of-pocket expenses that you have to incur, not to mention your living expenses, your everyday, your day-to-day, month-to-month, house note, car note, light bill, grocery bill, daycare, gas, in the car, whatever the case may be. Just because you're injured or sick and can't work, the bills don't stop. You still have to maintain your way of life, whether you're making income or not. So the supplemental products that we specialize in help to offset that part of the puzzle.
Okay. And so very important to have supplemental. A lot of people have major medical. Some people don't even have any health insurance at all. In terms of major medical and supplemental, what's the differences between the two?
Well, the main difference is major medical pays the doctor. It takes care of all the medical, I guess what's the word I'm looking for, the medical pieces in that puzzle. The supplemental pieces pay you directly, and you can use that money however you want to, need to, or have to, like I said, maintain your way of life to cover those out-of-pocket costs that you're going to incur with an illness or an accidental injury.
And so when you talk to potential clients, stylists, the entrepreneurs, and they ask you, well, is it worth it? What do you tell them?
Definitely. I mean, I always tell people, life's full of choices, from where you work, where you live, who your friends are. Some things come without a choice. Don't choose to get cancer. Don't choose to have a heart attack. You don't choose to get into a car accident or slip and fall. But at the end of the day, if you're injured or if you're sick, the last thing you want to worry about is how I'm going to pay rent. How am I going to pay this car note? How am I going to keep my kids in school? How am I going to keep the lights on? Because they said, whether you're working or not, those bills keep coming. I don't have, $30,000 stuffed in a mattress, like my parents and grandparents used to do once upon a time. Some others might, but these are a way to help give you that peace of mind, so you don't have to stress about how you're going to pay what XYZ bill while you're recovering from heart attack, stroke, cancer, or whatever the case may be.
Okay. And so when we talk about supplemental insurance, what are some of the types of supplemental insurance?
Certainly. We have your critical illness policies that will cover, cancer, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, hospital indemnity, which will pay you money if you have to go to the hospital for any reason. Some of them have benefits to cover, wellness and preventative visits. Have your accidental injury that'll cover you. Of course, if you have any types of accidental injuries that require medical attention, you have ICU policies. You have life insurance. You have short-term disability, long-term disability. So it's a wide array of products that you can pick and select to help make your benefit package more comprehensive.
Can you give us an idea of what some of those premiums cost?
Sure. Our policies are designed to fit any budget. We have policies that start off as inexpensive as $8 on a biweekly payroll deduction. And that'll cover you. Like, just take our cancer policy. You get a benefit when you first get diagnosed with cancer. You get benefit for radiation and chemo, surgery, anesthesia. If you have to travel out of state and want a second opinion, there are benefits paid out for a wide array of associated treatments with cancer. Policy like that runs literally $10 or $11 a paycheck every 2 weeks. I mean, literally designed to fit anybody's budget. You think about the things we spend money on that we can't call on if we need it, and you can afford. So you can definitely afford supplemental insurance.
Absolutely. And so, how's it paid out? How's supplemental insurance paid out?
We have policies that are kind of like, I say, pay as you go, but it's a benefit treatment. So, like with the cancer policy I mentioned, you get a benefit for first occurrence. You get a check for, radiation, chemo, second and third opinion, blood and plasma transfusions. It's paid benefit per treatment. We also have some that pay a lump sum, like one of our critical illness policies that you can customize to give you coverage for the big three I call, heart disease, cancer, and stroke. It pays you a lump sum anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000, and you can use that money however you want to, need to, or have to. You get diagnosed with cancer, and for every member in the family that you cover, potential of $100,000 lump sum being paid out, that's a big benefit for a little bit of premium.
And so they're paying, is payroll deducted?
Payroll deducted, or they can do direct draft. We specialize in the work site, so it's more likely to be on a payroll deduction basis. But we do sit with clients directly, like family, friends, neighbors, and things like that, and they can have it deducted once a month out of their savings or checking account.
Okay. And so this talk about the small business owner. How's the small business owner? Let's say you have a barber or a stylist or someone that owns a flower shop, whatever the case may be, landscaper. How are they paying?
The landscaper, well, they would receive a bill from Washington National per se. If they agree to let us come in and talk to the employees, and the employees want to sign up, the employees is strictly voluntary. These supplemental benefits are voluntary. When I say that, it's not part of the original benefit package that the employer had set up in place, where they would pay a portion and then the employee would pay a portion. This would be strictly on the employee, voluntary basis. And if they agree and the employer agrees, then we would have a payroll deducted. If the employee did not want to do that, the employer didn't want to do that, then the employee has the option to have it come straight out of their checking or savings account. But we typically like to have payroll deduction just because, out of sight, out of mind, they don't see it, they don't miss it type situation. But the employer, we can work with the employer to structure it any way they see fit.
And so, Dion, most employers don't offer health insurance. And I've been an employer for many years, and for many years I didn't offer it. But of recent years, we started offering health insurance. I know I think most small businesses don't offer health insurance. Tell me why. Why do you think that is?
Well, let me ask you. You said you went a long time without. Why didn't you offer it?
You're turning the tables on me.
You answer a question with a question.
I mean, the obvious answer is I just felt like I just couldn't afford it. And I think that's the answer that you would give. And then of recent years, I just decided that not only could I afford it, I could attract better talent into my business. And so we started offering that, as a package to our new employees and our current employees health insurance. And we started, to be honest with you, we started getting, or attracting better talent into the real estate brokerage and into all the other businesses. So that's the answer.
And that's the exact answer that I'm going to give. If benefits are free, excuse me, if benefits were free, everybody would offer. And over 60% of small businesses would answer that question the same way you did. You just can't afford it, because if you've looked and you've seen the prices on just what major medical costs, we've been able to structure it, where we can do insurance as well as supplemental and put it in a bundle and make it very affordable for the small business owner. Because on one hand, Greg, you want to do right by your employees. You want to offer them the benefits. On the other hand, you got to watch your bottom line. And sometimes you get stuck in the middle. And it's our job to understand that struggle and make it a win-win situation for the employer, because you want to attract new talent and keep the talent that you have. You don't want them going down the XYZ up the street because they offer benefits.
And so for the business owner that is watching this now or will be watching this later, small business owner that doesn't have that doesn't offer health insurance for their employees, what are their options? What are their options with what you guys sell?
Well, we would sit down with the business owner, decision maker, and we typically do an employer survey. So we sit down with them, ask them what they currently have, what they don't have, how many employees, and once we get that information, we can sit down with them and show them strictly the voluntary supplemental benefits, or we can show them what our bundle looks like. We have a package put together where we can do minimum essential coverage along with telemedicine benefits, discount dental, discount vision, critical illness, accident, life, hospital, short-term disability for about $300 per employee per month. And a lot of folks say it seems too good to be true, and then we just sit down and show them what this is and what it isn't, and then they can make the decision for themselves and for the employees.
So in that business bundle, for less than $300 a month, they can also get a life insurance policy as well. Is that right?
That is correct. They can get a guaranteed issue life insurance policy where we don't ask any health questions. We don't ask any height and weight. We just ask you if you use tobacco and your age. And we can do guaranteed issue with the hospital indemnity, as well as the short-term disability, the accidental injury, and the critical illness.
So they can get a business bundle that includes all the supplemental insurance, telemedicine, all that, and a life insurance policy for less than $300. Now, have you seen situations where the employer offered that to their employees and split the cost with them?
Yes, and that's the option we also talk to the employer about. They can pay for it in a bunch of different ways. They can pay for it in full. They can go half and half so that the employee has some skin in the game, so to speak. They can offer to pay a percentage, or they can just strictly leave it up to the employee to pay for it in full. But they can structure it where their key employees, they pay all of it. For some of the full timers, they can pay half and half. For the part timers, pay a little less. It just depends on what they want to do.
And let's say an employer doesn't want to offer that to their employees as a group policy. Mm-hmm. Can that employee get that business bundle on their own?
Typically, they cannot. We're working on it where we can get it to them, but employees can definitely sign up for the supplemental portion and the telemedicine and all the good things that come with that. But short answer, they soon will be able to do it on their own. Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I think what we're putting together now is to be able to do it kind of under our kind of hierarchy, right? To be able to do it on their own. Yep. So they don't have to wait on their employer. They can actually get the business bundle. Yeah. Any individual can get the business bundle, get a group rate as an individual, and get all the health care and the life insurance. And the life insurance is guaranteed issued, and it's not temporary life insurance, permanent life insurance.
Permanent
like
life insurance, right.
Whole life policy. All for less than $300. And lots of people are underinsured, both on the life side and the health side. And so there's a business bundle that individuals can take advantage of. And so, I've been in the real estate space for a long time. And I have many agents that are taking advantage of this business bundle. There's many agents, real estate agents out here, insurance agents, loan officers, all those types of people who don't have insurance. Their employer either doesn't offer it, or they're 1099 employees that don't have insurance. They now can get the insurance using the business bundle, getting health and life insurance for less than 300. And then that same business bundle for a family is that somewhere around what, $500 a month?
For the family, it'd be closer to about $550 a month for the family.
Okay. All right. So now there's no excuse. No excuse. You guys, you can take advantage of, if you're an individual entrepreneur that you don't have life insurance, health insurance, you've got to get it on your own. You can now take advantage of a group rate. You can take advantage of a group rate and pay for an individual less than $300 a month. Talk about, Dion, talk about the return of premium and what that really means.
Return of premium is, for lack of better words, you can get your money back if you don't use the product. So depending on where you live, each state has a couple of different, slightly different guidelines. On a period of time defined in the policy, you'll get everything you've paid into this policy back minus any claim. So, and I always like to give an example. So just say you paid $10,000 in premium, kept it for say 20 years, never filed a claim. Washington National is going to give you $10,000 back, and you still keep your coverage. Second example, same amount of premium paid, you file a small claim for say $2,000. You don't lose the benefit, you just get the difference of $8,000 back, and you still keep the coverage. The third example is why people like our policies and take them out, enroll in the first place. Say you did have something happen, like you diagnosed with cancer or had a heart attack, and we paid you say $30,000. Now you wouldn't get your money back, but the policy did exactly what it was supposed to do for you. So it's protection for you when you need it, money back if you don't. You win either way. Since 1995, Washington National has given back over $3 billion back to their policyholders, and we've also paid roughly about $3 billion in claims too. So you're going to get your money one way or the other. You think about all the things we have insurance on that we never use, and that money's just gone. This is a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, I paid for a term policy many years ago that it was a 20-year term policy that I outlived.
You outlived it. Mm-hmm.
And never got any money back. So that was free money to the insurance carrier.
Yeah. And in case in point, now most life insurance policies, there isn't a return of premium because of course you're going to use it. But we do have some term policies that we can actually offer some of your return of premium back with some of the terms, and you can use that money to buy a permanent, paid up policy as well. So, and those are things that we can talk about, but there are options with term and return of premium as well. So,
and what type of businesses are you running into? What type of different types, maybe mechanics, whatever? What type of businesses are you dealing with?
We approach businesses big and small. Some of the groups we work with, DC Public Schools, City of Baltimore, DC government, things of that nature, the U.S. Postal Service. But any business, say dry cleaners, liquor store, hair shop, beauty salon, barbershop, contractors, plumbers, you name it. Any business that has 3 employees can qualify for the group rate with our products. And so the sky's the limit. Anybody that has a business that has a few employees, and have you looked into getting benefits, but seeing where the prices are a little astronomical, we can help you out.
And how does your prices compare to like a major medical policy?
Well, it's going to be definitely a lot more competitive, but like I said, the one thing this is not a replacement for major medical. It is, it's I won't say bare bones, but it is a minimum essential coverage. Just call it what it is. It's going to give you your wellness and preventative visits at no charge. You can get copays for your specialist visits, ER visits and things like that. But where we can make it competitive is because you get a network discount for hospitalization, ER, and surgery, but we supplement that with the Washington National portfolio of products where you can get the lump sum for hospital stays, you can get the lump sum for critical illness, and you have one of the components of the bundle is that if you do get a bill that's over $400, we can you can submit it to get it negotiated down for a lesser price. So, we're all about trying to mitigate and minimize the out-of-pocket costs for employers and employees.
And what have you seen COVID and the pandemic? How has that affected your business?
It's been rough because we're a face-to-face type service. So when COVID hit back in 2020, it prohibited us from being face-to-face with our clients and potential clients. So we were able to shift to virtual type enrollment, but it's nothing like being in person because you can they can see you, you can see them, you can kind of get if they're understanding what you're saying, and vice versa. So it impacted it, but we were able to pivot and survive. So.
And so have you have you seen a lot of businesses either go under or stop making their payments because of COVID?
We have I say like April, May, and June. We did have some folks, and there's some consideration taken. If they get some leeway and some grace periods, but we did have some folks who, depending on the industry they were in, they just couldn't stay afloat. And there's some of the other businesses like contractors and things like that, car dealerships, because folks still need to get those first what was the key? What was that phrase they call first responders or the essential workers? That's it. They still need to get the work. So those that drove, they still need to get have brakes done. And so car repair shops, mechanics, and contractors were still flourishing because folks were taking their time to get home projects done. So HVAC, places like that, businesses like that flourished. So there's always a balance.
And so as a business practice selling supplemental life insurance, health insurance, you're focused on businesses.
Correct. We specialize on the work site business approach. Yep. But we can definitely do individual.
From small to large, you can do individual. What I've seen is we have seen a lot of businesses go under. There's big seafood restaurant. The name just like that escaped me. But anyway, there's a big it'll come to me in a minute. Big seafood restaurant that's been around for.
That's about Phillips, are you?
Phillips.
Okay.
You saw the article too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Phillips, because of COVID, went under. I know the one in Ocean City did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it did all of them.
No, I just saw the one in Ocean City.
Yeah. And so one thing that I've also seen is a lot of companies, mine included, got that PPP loan from the government just to survive. Mm-hmm. And so one thing I do want to mention, and I know you're aware of it, is the employee retention credit.
Right.
And that I know that a lot of small businesses that you're approaching or have approached in the past have not taken advantage of. And so I want to talk just a little bit about that, the employee retention credit. It's a credit that employers can actually take advantage of, whether they got the PPP loan or not. Now, they can actually get up to $21,000 per employee. Now, if they took the PPP loan last year, then they can only get $5,000 for last year, and then $21,000 for the first 3 quarters of this year. and it's free money. It's
Free
forgiven. It's actually a better program than the PPP, and it's up to $21,000 per employee, and it's a lot of money that's just sitting there that wasn't really publicized like the PPP loan
Right.
that can help small businesses. And
Definitely.
so I know what one thing that you're trying to do, I'm trying to do, is not only help small businesses with the supplemental insurance, but also try to help them get to this money.
Exactly.
And so if you're a small business out there, um, contact us. We'll give you our information, but it's free money out there, better than the PPP. Um, the money is forgiven. It's more money.
Actually, it's not even forgiven. It's actually a check. It cut you a check. It's like a refund. it's,
Yeah,
it's, it's
yeah,
money in hand.
yeah. And so if you want to look that up, ERC, Employee Retention Credit, Google it, but then contact us because we know we have accountants that can help you guys prepare your paperwork and get you that check. And again, free money. It's free money that the government has out that, again, is not publicized, but it can really get you going, relieve you of a lot of the stress that you've gone through. Again, Phillips is shut down and many other restaurants and other businesses have shut down. I've seen some barbershops and barbers and stylists go out of business, and a lot of other businesses just go under. And I know that you need the help. But not only do you need the help, you also need, to retain your employees. So if you've tried to do a good job in retaining your employees, you should be rewarded. The federal government wants to reward you. And so get in contact with Dion or myself, and we can get you that money. We'll help you through the paperwork. There is some paperwork that's pretty extensive, but we already have accountants that can help you with that paperwork. So Dion, as we start to close, overall, what have you kind of seen in the industry in terms of selling the supplemental insurance and what impact it's had on businesses?
Well, Greg, as you know, these employee costs have started to skyrocket in recent years, and the bigger businesses can kind of deflect those costs, whether in lower premiums, aka high deductible health plans, or vice versa, keep the deductibles low and then just have to pay more premiums. But for those who finances are an issue, there are options out there, that you can watch your bottom line, and you can give those employees that come to work every day for you the benefits that they deserve. And we definitely can facilitate making meeting both of those needs, checking both of those boxes for you guys.
Okay.
At an affordable price.
Yeah. So look, you guys, there's no excuse now not to have affordable health care. With the supplemental packages through Washington National, it's affordable. Even if you're an individual looking for health care and life insurance, to be honest with you, there's a bundled package that can be sold to you at a group rate. Even if you're an individual, can be sold to you as at a group rate. If you're a small business owner looking to help out your employees, really can't afford health insurance, want to attract better talent, these packages can really help. If you need your employees to split the cost with you, I'm sure they're more than happy to do so. So look, Dion, I really appreciate, we're right at 30 minutes. Look at that. Really want to thank you. And your dedication to helping small businesses is just wonderful. And the country is ran on small businesses. And so we need to do everything we can to help out small businesses, their employees, and then also, especially with this ERC money, get them the money that they deserve by retaining their employees so they can still flourish and stay in business to help the country out.
Yes, sir.
And so anything else, Dion? Any closing remarks?
No, it's just it's it's not a benefit unless you know what it is and how it can help you out. These products, these services, these features are here to help you out just in case. Insurance in general is just in case. It's designed to put you back to wherever you were before whatever happened. And this is no different. The stats don't lie. 1 in 3 of us are going to get cancer at some point. Make sure you have some coverage in place. 1.7 million, you're going to have a heart attack every 40 seconds. Somebody's having a stroke. We as a community are underinsured. Just because we have health insurance, that's not the end all be all. Because at some point, like you said, your major medical is definitely not going to cut your check for the mortgage or the car note or for groceries. So the money that our policies pay you directly can definitely help keep the lights on, keep food on the table, and keep you afloat until you're able to get back to where you were before whatever happened. And, you're not losing anything with the return of premium. You do get your money back. So it is a win-win. But definitely, get with Greg, get with me. And if you have questions, we can talk to you about what's available to you, and you can help protect yourselves and your families.
All right. Thanks for that, Dion. And if those of you who are out there that are interested in actually selling supplemental insurance, either full-time or part-time, or have sold supplemental insurance in the past, get in touch with me. You guys can always get in touch with me. You can go to my scheduler. My initial is gbschedule.com, gbschedule.com. You can reach me on Instagram at Greg Invest. Greg Invest. No, is it Greg Invest? Yeah. Oh, Greg Bennett Invest. Greg Bennett Invest. Greg Bennett Invest.
You got a lot of ways to be reached, sir.
Absolutely. Greg Bennett Invest on Instagram. And so how do they reach you, Dion?
They can reach me LinkedIn, Dion Briscoe. Reach me on Facebook, Dion Briscoe. Instagram, DCMD Warriors, PMA. Let me say that again, DCMD Warriors, PMA on Instagram. Twitter, Mr. DLB, MSTR DLB.
And just in case I said mine wrong, I've got a banner here. I didn't even use GB, GregBennettInvest.com. Or you can go to GB Schedule and schedule an appointment with me. Whether you want to actually sell supplemental insurance or you feel like you need supplemental insurance if you're an employer and you need supplemental insurance for your employees, or if you're an employee or a small business sole proprietor and you're looking for that bundled package, go to GB Schedule, or reach me at Greg Bennett Invest. And also, if you're interested in that that employer retention credit, that up to $26,000, schedule an appointment with me. But anyway, you guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let's get insured. As Dion has said, we're so much underinsured. It's much more affordable than ever. And so let's take advantage of all those things. Dion, you and your wife, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. The best is yet to come. Next year is going to be your best year ever, Dion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2022. I can't wait.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you and yours, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right, you guys. Take care.